Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Glennda's Guru. I have got to tell you, I had the opportunity to meet Brittany Hodak at actually a speaker's workshop, and I was immediately impressed and captivated and inspired by her story, her success, and her energy, all of which she is going to talk to us about today. So, Brittany, welcome, welcome, welcome to Glennda's Guru. We are excited to hear all about creating superfans.
Well, thanks so much for having me, Glennda. It's great to see you again. What a fun excuse to hang out.
I remember when you walked into the room, I immediately caught the energy and caught the Brittany superfan vibe. And I gotta tell you, like that is like, that's a commodity. That is a superpower. When did you know that you had that? When did you say, oh, wait a minute, like I'm really good at this. Like I can transfer these skills to other people. I can speak about this. I can bring this culture into large companies. How did you know? And when did you know?
I'm going to be honest. It was totally on accident. I never knew this line of work was something that existed. I was just running my business and working with celebrities. And because we had such great success in our company, I was often asked to do media stuff. My office was in Midtown Manhattan. I actually worked right across from the Empire State Building. And so I had several friends who were producers or publicists, and it was so easy for me to just, jump on a train and go uptown to be on CNN or Fox or Bloomberg or whatever. So I was on TV a lot. And I got a call one day from a casting producer who asked if I would come on Shark Tank and talk about the show on Shark Tank and pitch it, or talk about the company on the show and pitch it to the sharks. And I thought, well, that sounds like fun. And so I said yes, just because I thought it would be a fun thing to do. And when that aired, I started getting lots and lots of calls from people saying, can you come present to my board of directors? Can you come talk to my company? Can you take everything you explained about the psychology behind the reasons we love the things we love and what people have to do to make their customers choose them at the exclusion of everybody else? And so it was totally on accident. And it took a little while, honestly, for me to figure out, like, okay, this is something that is a real career. This is something that's sustainable. This is something that I can actually learn how to be really great at and make it the mission to become so good at it that people continue to invite me to come teach them things.
I love it. I was in Boston in January and had the opportunity to meet a real estate agent there. And I call him Boston George, and he runs the circus team with Douglas Elliman. And he had that same mentality of, oh, wait a minute, you're going here, or you need this, or this would help you, or you're looking for that. And automatically he fills that gap. He fills that void. He comes in and saves the day. He's like this superhero. You need a dinner reservation, or you want to get into the hottest club, or you want to take your child there, or you want to do this. And he becomes that bridge to get you from where you are to where you want to go. And I saw that same thing in that same kind of customer service mentality from your book. And so talk to us a little bit about creating those super fans. And it's more than just talking to them about real estate.
It's so much more than talking to them about real estate. And honestly, it's about more than just getting them to like you and just the relationship. Something that I see all the time on social media are people that say, I can't believe my friend didn't list their house with me, or I can't believe a friend just sent me a text about another realtor. I'm heartbroken. Like, I'm gutted. How could they have chosen someone else? And sometimes, there's countless reasons, right? Like, there's not one reason that happens. Everybody listening to this knows that. But I think oftentimes it's that even if somebody loves us, they don't see us as the expert in that space. And their love for us does not surpass their desire to get top dollar for their home or find a place that they're going to love. So it's not just about, do you like me and do you trust me? It's that, do you like me, and do you trust that I am the right person in this capacity, that I can serve in this role? And oftentimes when we just focus on relationships, we miss the credibility part. And often when we just focus on the industry, like building the credibility part, we miss the relationship. So it really is about the balance of both. Like, how do I prove to somebody that I'm really, really great at what I do, but I also really care about them? Like, we've got to be where those two worlds intersect.
How do you like, do you do courses? Do you like do workshops? Like can I come hang out with you for like a day and like learn how to create these raving fans, these super fans?
Well, I'm glad that you asked. I do have a workshop that
Oh,
I put together because so many people ask me to. And I actually have a real estate specific workshop that's called Creating Superfans for Real Estate. And it's not really something that's public because I am not trying to sell stuff D2C. Like, my main gig is speaking to corporations. That's what I do. And I created this training course about a year ago for large enterprise companies. And I had so many people in my like newsletter and on my socials saying, why don't you make something for us? Why don't you make something for us? Like, we want something. And so I actually put together a real estate course. So it's I'll drop you the link and you can have it. I honestly don't even know the URL on my website because I never even really talk about it. I just kind of send it to friends. So yes, I do have it's a 6-week video course that's all about what I call my supermodel, which is a 5-part framework to find that right balance. And one of the things that I talk about, Glenda, that I think is not on nearly enough people's radar, like people all the time, not just realtors, but a lot of realtors, but people who are in sales-centric positions tell me all the time, I have an awareness problem. Not nearly enough people know about what I'm doing. I need a bigger budget. I need to go viral. I need to spend more time on socials. I need to buy a list. I need. And when I dig in, 99 times out of 100, it is not an awareness problem. Plenty of people know. Enough people for you to make a fantastic living for the rest of your life. They know. They don't care. It's an apathy problem. And you can't solve an apathy problem by throwing awareness tactics at it. You've got to give them compelling evidence for why they should care and what they should do next.
oh my gosh. It's not an awareness problem, it's an apathy problem. And you're exactly right. Like, everybody knows I'm a real estate agent in Atlanta, Georgia, for God's sake. Like, everybody in Atlanta should be doing business with me. I love that. So, okay, so I mean, I'm so glad I've asked the right questions so far. So, Brittany, so tell me, like, what is your? I don't want to say your biggest success story, but like you obviously you have case studies of people that have implemented creating super fans.
Mm-hmm.
What's your? Let's not say your. What's not your biggest success story? What's your favorite story?
I think my favorite story is when people who have said to me, what I do is a commodity. I can't become a category of one. I'm always going to win or lose based on price, based on convenience, based on distance to where somebody lives. And then we find a way to make that not be the case. So a few months ago, I was on stage at the International Car Wash Show, which part of my favorite thing about being a speaker is I get to do all of these things that I'm like, I can't even believe that's a thing. This is so fun. So I was speaking to hundreds of car wash owners and GMs, and I was telling a story, and somebody actually interrupted me. Like, I'm doing my keynote, and somebody's like, hey, I got a question. And I was like, all right, what's your question? And he was like, well, this is like a big company. Like, I can't do this. Like, I don't have a budget. And I said, all right, well, let's talk about your business. Like, tell me who your most important customers are. And he said it was people who subscribed to the monthly come wash your car as much as you want package. And it was $25 a month for as many car washes as you want, like all you can eat style. And I was like, okay, so $300 a year, those customers are worth to you, not to mention like maybe they've got a spouse who they tell that they should be washing their car. They've got friends, they've got neighbors, all the things. But like one person, it's $300 of annual recurring revenue. And he said, yes. And I said, okay, what percentage of those people have children? that come through the car wash, because I've got 2 little kids. I know we are not allowed to go to the car wash without my kids because they love seeing the, the sponges and the soap and the squishy stuff. And my husband and I both have, like, I have a Tesla, so the whole top of it is glass. My husband has a giant moonroof on his car. So, you get to like see all of the fun stuff happening. And he said, I don't know, a lot of people come through with kids. And I said, what if every time somebody came through with a kid, when they were getting dried off by the attendant after they exited the tunnel, the attendant had the parent roll the window down to give the kid a Hot Wheels car. And then also a little like glasses wipe or electronics wipe with your car wash information on it, and said, Mom and Dad are doing a great job keeping their car clean. I want you to keep this car clean for me too. Can you do it? Like, what do you think? Do you think that Mom or Dad would keep that membership for another month or 2 or 10 based on that moment? And he was like, I don't know, maybe, but like, how much do Hot Wheels cars cost? And I was like, well, they cost $1 when you buy them at the grocery store. I'm sure you can get them bulk for cheaper than that. So he emailed me like 3 or 4 days later and said, I just wanted to let you know, I love this idea. I just bought 1,000 Hot Wheels cars and I'm going to give this a go. And his name is Bruno, and he's from Ohio. And so I followed up with Bruno from Ohio, like probably 6 months later, and said, how's it going? And he said, this has been the most incredible, impactful idea. The kids love it. The parents love it. And the attendees love it. We've given out 12,000 Hot Wheels cars in 6 months. We are never going to stop doing this. I said, well, talk to me about the ROI. Like, are people subscribing longer? Like, are people keeping their subscriptions? And he's like, we're working on figuring out how to do a better job of tracking that. So I can't tell you statistically for 100% yes, but anecdotally, absolutely they are. So that is like one example of don't try to outspend your competitors. Don't try to outsmart your competitors. Try to outcare your competitors. What can you do to show that you care the most?